everyone, I'm Caden Helbling, and today I'm going to walk you through Tsurugi's Whapa tool. It is a tool for WhatsApp forensics, and it is built into their app suite. Let's get started. So the main challenge with WhatsApp are the database files. You can browse through them with the tool like SQLite Browser, but as we saw in our lab, that can be a little bit cumbersome. And it's a little tiring to comb through all those different databases to find exactly what it is you're looking for. This can be unfortunate because outside of the US, where blue bubbles seem to rule the world, WhatsApp is actually pretty ubiquitous and rich with information that's ripe for forensic analysis. So having a tool that can easily parse this information makes doing an investigation far easier. So exactly what is Whapa? The tool itself stands for WhatsApp Parser and is open source. It's a forensic toolset written in Python. It's specifically designed to analyze the proprietary database formats that WhatsApp uses on Android devices. It's authored by an Ivan Moreno, who goes by Bigfoot on GitHub. It's in leet speak, so you know he's legit. In terms of its capabilities, unlike SQLite Viewer, Whapa understands the specific schema of WhatsApp that allows it to correlate the contact names between the WA database and the message store database, so you can make really nice, user-friendly reports without having to look all over the place. In addition to the basic Whapa.py service, which is the core message parser that extracts your chat statuses and metadata from the databases, you have these two other tools in the suite. The Wagodri connects to Google Drive to download and extract WhatsApp cloud backups. I'll talk about that a little bit later. And then you've got Wascipher.py, because WhatsApp now does support encryption. I don't have any demos for that today, but if you did have the key file for your Android device, you could decipher those encrypted messages. As for the architecture and environment, Whapa, as I said before, is already pre-installed on Tsurugi Linux. It's located under the Mobile Forensics menu. It does rely on Python 3 and standard libraries like SQLite 3, but because Tsurugi is already optimized for forensics, all dependencies like protobuf are already pre-configured, so you can get straight to it. That's part of the reason why Tsurugi is so nice for forensic analysis. When you're using Whapa, the most important files are the two databases, Message Store and WADB. Message Store is the primary database that contains all the message history, the text content, timestamps, message status, sent read, all that stuff. Whereas WADB is kind of like the Rosetta Stone for WhatsApp. It contains all the contact lists, links to the phone numbers, GIDs to the display names, and allows you to attribute all the messages to a specific individual. Beyond just the basic reading of the messages, you can do some flags in the CLI that allow you to filter much better than you could using SQLite Browser, saving you a lot of scrolling. So you can do things like user text and timestamp to track down a specific number or word that you're looking for, like drug or money, or if you had a specific idea of the time something went down, you could look at it in the timestamp. And then over here you have what it looks like when you first boot up Whapa. It's got some ASCII art. That Wagodri module is when you have a device that you can't physically access because WhatsApp will back up to Google Drive. If you have the user's Google credentials, you can pull the message store database directly from the cloud and then bypass locked down or broken device entirely. So if the device is destroyed, locked, or missing, you can still use this tool. And then probably the nicest thing for Whapa is its ability to generate really nice reports. So because it understands the schema, it'll take all that information together and generate these HTML reports that look just like what WhatsApp would look like on your phone or even on the desktop. It can convert all the database timestamps into nice human readable dates. You can see all the read receipts. You can see everything, the media that was sent, all of it. So with that, I think we'll get into the demo. I'll show you kind of how to set up the database artifacts you're going to look at, parsing through them, maybe doing some filtering, and then generating one of those really nice reports. Alright, Alright, so now time for the demo. I've got my Surrogate Linux here running in VirtualBox. I have a folder for the demo with my message store and WA databases. I also have a CFG folder that I added here. Mostly need this for the style sheet to make the HTML that we generate in the report at the end of this demo work. But besides that, everything will be done from the command line. So here we are in the command line loaded into that folder. We'll start just first by taking a look at what functions are available to us. So scrolling back up here, you can see when it boots up, it tells you basic usage stuff. You do need to choose a database and a mode with operations. So by default, it's just going to grab this message store database. So we're good there since we're already in that folder with the message store database. And then you can use these various options to decide what you want to do to that database file. We're mostly going to be using this messages one to look at all the messages, but there's tons of other features in here. You can do carving, you can look at specific time or application types, or even specific types of messages that have like GIFs or deleted objects. So let's take a look at our messages here. So if we run with that M tag, it'll pull out all those messages. A lot of these will look familiar as we did the lab. It has the messages back and forth between the two individuals talking about joining WhatsApp and where they are. Now, let's say you have more than just 11 messages, which is pretty likely for any real user that's using their phone. They probably have more than 11. You'd want to be able to quickly sort through the data. So that's where this gets a little bit more powerful. You can use the text filter to look for a phrase like here, and that will pull up the single message where they said, "I'm here too." Remember that from the lab. You needed to grab that message. And what's really nice too is not only do you get the list of messages, but you're getting who it's from, who it's to, the timestamp in a human readable format, whether or not it was received and read, all that stuff right there in the CLI. But perhaps the most useful tool is that report generation. So if we again pull up messages and then we do a report, and we are going to output that to a report.html. What it'll do is grab all these messages, put it into a report. There you see, it ran, it loaded all the 11 messages and finished. And then back in our folder here, we have some additional folders that it's created, as well as the report HTML. And if we open that up in our web browser, you can see the report it put together. So you have the chat with all the messages, checks showing the read and received status, images if they were sent. These are a little compressed. Locations if they were sent. All of that. You can even click some of these and open up to see exactly where it is on the map. It looks really great. And at the top here, this information is generated from a settings file. You just basically set what your icon should be, the title, record, unit, all this stuff. Pretty simple to add. But yeah, once you have that, you can put together a nice little report outlining everything that you want. All right. Yeah, so in conclusion, Whapa basically makes the task of reviewing and viewing WhatsApp data easier and more user-friendly, which allows you to get through everything a little bit faster and do some more accurate reporting. You should check this tool out. Thanks.